I don't know if you guys know that, but it's being recorded now.
Wow.
Never.
Oh my God, I'm out.
Sorry. I didn't know it would say that last time.
Robot.
It didn't say anything. I recorded it without y'all's permission.
I've never heard that message come up before.
Yeah, you belted at me.
Okay.
I got gotten used to it with class.
Oh, there
Just
you go.
put you on blast. Okay.
Such a scary
All right.
Okay.
Now I have it. Pilot. Okay. Interior office day. Gelda, a beautiful alien queen, sits in her office. It's regal, pristine, and unearthly. Gelda looks at a clock, clears her throat, and stands up from her chair.
And now?
Gelda snaps her fingers. The Earthlings are transported into the room. We see a bunch of college-aged kids in spring break attire. Maisie, Tilly, Xander, Ella, and Arnold.
What just happened?
Where are we?
All right, spring break. We made it.
In Key West. Oh, Arnold, is this a surprise?
Arnold goes to make a suave excuse before being interrupted by Gelda.
Earthlings! Perfect. I see you've all arrived in one piece.
The Earthlings get a glance at Gelda. She's stunning. We also see Kais.
Yeah.
Her witty itty-bitty alien assistants come up next to her.
I would have preferred them arrived in pieces.
Kais. Don't mind Kais, she's my assistant.
What is going on?
Gelda walks around her desk confidently while the Earthlings stare in confusion.
Excellent. Well, Earthlings, you're on Murs.
We're on Mars?
Oh my gosh, you're Martians.
Murs, we're Martians.
I'm pretty sure it's Mars.
Yeah, Venus, Earth, Mars.
No, it's Murs. Mars is part of outer space. We are in Underspace.
Underspace?
That sounds ridiculous.
Look, the outer space marketing team is really vocal about their existence, but Underspace is just as legit. I should know, as I'm their leader.
So who's the one that does the crop circles?
That would be outer space.
And who's the one that abducts cows?
Again, that would be outer space.
Okay, whew. So I take it outer space is also the one who probes?
No, that one is actually us.
Xander winces and checks to see if he still has all his parts.
So we're in inner space?
No, don't get me started on the inner space people, a bunch of hippies.
Where's my left ball? You stole my left ball!
We don't steal, just probe.
Is no one wondering why we brought you here?
The Earthlings all kind of shrug a bit.
You're here because we, the Underspace, are going to be the first alien nation to properly study humans, and once we fully know how you tick, we can use that knowledge to take over the Earth.
Oh, you don't really need knowledge to take over Earth.
Yeah, people are pretty desperate to leave it.
Wait, really?
That's not true, Arnold. My boyfriend and I met on Earth, so it holds a special place in our love story.
You're so deep, baby.
Ella and Arnold embrace, kiss, PDA.
Gross. I hate how humans show affection.
What, you don't kiss in the Underspace?
No, we don't do any of that.
We reproduce by budding.
Budding?
We see a quick shot of a bunch of mini Gelda clones.
Oh, babe, I want one!
Someday we'll have our own little bud.
Gross. Well,
Feels so uneven.
Look, enough small talk.
Hey, it wasn't that small.
Shh. We spent a lot of money and resources to abduct you. All so we can't be wasting time. It's time for you all to go to your evaluations.
Evaluations?
You're not gonna steal my other ball, are you?
we don't steal, just probe.
Like how you probed my heart.
Oh, babe, I love you.
Ella and Arnold embrace again.
Are you sure that we abducted the right group of spring breakers?
You said you wanted a group of people that no one would care if they went missing.
Kais and Gelda look again at the Earthlings. They are gawky and awkward.
Yeah, that's the right group.
All right, Earthlings, follow me.
The Earthlings start to follow her without really thinking much about it.
Hey, guys, I don't think we should be following her. She might probe us.
You're so annoying. Fine, take our ball back.
Kais hands Xander a mason jar filled with liquid and his floating testicle. Xander holds the jar, clearly distressed. Everyone is now aware of his ball size.
What? It's a normal ball.
Right this way.
The Earthlings follow Kais to the next room, with Xander trailing behind clutching his jar. Gelda sits back down at her desk. Interior examination room. Kais brings in Maisie and Tilly.
Okay, so we're going to start by comparing you two.
Compare us?
You can't compare us. We're parallel perfection.
Besties for life.
Tilly and Maisie do their signature handshake.
So think of this as a fun friendship personality quiz.
Cute.
Okay. First question. Which one of you is older?
Me.
Okay. And which one of you is taller?
Me.
Which one of you is smarter?
Me.
Me.
Maisie and Tilly look at each other, concerned.
Excellent. Which one is more accomplished?
Me.
Maisie and Tilly are getting riled but trying to contain themselves.
Now, which one of you is just like better?
Me.
Me.
What?
What?
Kais watches in amusement and jots down notes while Maisie and Tilly argue.
I have a higher GPA.
I volunteer more.
My genetics are better. I never had braces.
Never needed or just couldn't afford them.
You take that back.
Thank you, ladies. That'll be it for now.
Maisie and Tilly try to compose themselves as they exit, but the friendship has been compromised.
Next.
Ella and Arnold walk in together, giggling and holding hands.
Okay, I'm going to have you sit at opposite ends of the room.
Can't we sit next to each other?
No, opposite ends of the room.
I'll be thinking of you the whole time.
I love you so much.
Ella and Arnold go to bunny kiss, but Kais interrupts them.
Now.
Ella and Arnold walk to their respective seats.
Okay, so I'm going to do a little relationship test.
Oh, then we'll ace it.
I just need you guys to stay in your own seat. Anytime you move closer to one another, you will become progressively uglier.
Oh, yikes. Okay, I'll stay in my seat.
You wouldn't love me if I was ugly?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Of course, I'd still love you.
Then prove your love and walk over to my seat.
But then you'll get ugly.
Arnold.
Well, how much uglier are we talking?
Arnold!
Well, I don't see you walking over to my chair.
Well, because then you'd get ugly.
Oh, so you wouldn't love me if I was ugly.
Well, it doesn't matter if I'm ugly because I have a lot of other things to offer, but your looks are like all you really have.
Wow, just wow.
Kais chuckles under her breath and jots down notes. Arnold starts to stand up in his chair.
Your ears, they were already a little big, but now they've gotten bigger. Oh my gosh, you're already getting ugly.
Ella stands up to leave her seat in fear.
It's happening to you too. Your hair is losing its sheen.
Quick, sit back down before you get any uglier. My eyes, the horror.
Gelda walks in.
Kais, it's time.
I'm gonna leave you crazy kids. Be back later.
Bye.
Oh, don't go acting all polite now.
Kais and Gelda walk out of the examination room back to the office, whilst the couple sits back in their chairs, terrified to move. Interior office day. Xander is sitting awkwardly in a chair, still clutching his ball jar. Gelda and Kais sit in chairs facing Xander and are quietly watching him. Xander shifts uncomfortably.
What else are you gonna take from me?
It's all in the past now.
Xander looks down frantically to see what organ is missing.
Did you take my spleen? My kidney? My heart?
I don't know. Did we?
Stop playing around and just tell me what you did.
Who says we did anything?
I just want my organs, man. I have hopes. I have dreams. I have a lot to offer the world.
Exactly. Which is why you're the most important human that we captured.
Me?
Oh, yes.
Gelda starts traipsing around Xander and lightly brushes her hands against his shoulders.
You are very important to our mission, Xander. Yes, we really need your help.
Xander is falling prey to Gelda's seduction.
Yeah. I mean, what do you need from me?
I just need you to fall asleep for a little bit.
Sleep?
Mm-hmm.
Gelda's smooth voice is interrupted by Kais, who is now clanking away at scary medical equipment.
What is she gonna do to me?
Shh, we just really need you to help us, Xander.
I'd love to help you, but I just, I don't really feel tired at the moment.
What a shame. I really thought you'd be the one.
I'll try. I'll try.
Xander closes his eyes and tries to pretend he's asleep. He makes cliche cartoon-like snoring sounds and peeks one eye open to make sure Kais isn't doing anything crazy. Kais picks up a long tool and makes her way to Xander.
Maybe next time.
Xander flees quickly out of the room. Kais smiles and walks over to Gelda.
These humans are so easily manipulated.
I know, it should be pretty easy to take over Earth.
Yes. Although something isn't sitting right with me.
You think we should probe more?
No, this seems too easy. More tests tomorrow.
Kais smiles evilly and exits the office. Gelda ponders for a moment, then sits down at her desk and takes notes.
Yay! Woo! Yeah. This is a lot better with the notes from our last meeting, so yay. I'm like, my work is better. Sorry, how do you guys feel about it?
No, I agree.
Same.
Specifically, like, thinking about our scene, I think it's so much funnier that it's, like, ridiculous. Like, what? The ears are bigger, the hair shine. Like, oh, I love it.
Yeah, definitely. Are there any lines that you guys think should be, like, paraphrased? Like, just the wording was kind of weird and you'd prefer it written a different way?
Thanks.
I was confused about the budding thing. Do you like cut to show what that is, or is that something that's happening later on?
We cut to show it.
Okay.
So that, are y'all SpongeBob fans? There's like one scene where like SpongeBob buds and it's like budding, budding, budding. It's like little sponges that grow off of him.
Okay.
So that's, yeah. So we'll either do a cut of like that or just like there's a freaking Instagram filter where it can be like a bunch of mini. So they have it on TikTok too. So we'll probably do a simple effect like that. So it'll just Cassidy be a bunch of yous. I don't know, maybe put like a bow in your hair or something so it feels like a baby. But you know how babies always are accessorizing. But
Yeah.
okay, but good note, Joe. Let me make that more clear in the script. Any other notes?
I have a question.
Yay.
Is our handshake something that's like just like a little like dance type of thing that we do by ourselves? Because we're not actually like
Yeah, we need to figure that out because we do it in most of the episodes.
yeah.
Oops.
I mean, we can definitely like come up with something that's not like
I like that.
Yeah. That's like something
Like a
that's
cross
not
here,
like
pump
a
it up.
handshake, but it's just like that we do like a I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, we can solidify that in our rehearsal, but because obviously it can't be like an intricate patty cake.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions on pilot? I know we don't have too much to say on pilot because this one already had some notes taken, but
I love it.
Yeah,
Woo!
it was very
Yeah.
fun.
I like seeing the back and forth between Tilly and Maisie.
Oh, good. Yeah,
That's fun.
TK, I really took your note about like what makes them different.
Hmm.
So if you've noticed, I've thrown in a lot of math puns throughout this series. I figure your husband knows math very well, so if Reed thinks of more
Oh yeah.
better ones, be like, hey babe, it'd be really hot tonight if we think of math puns.
I was just telling him because I was just reading through everything, like just to be prepared, and I was like, babe, this is so funny. She made me a math nerd. He was like, wow. I was like, yeah, I need notes from you.
Yes. I was like, one of us is going to be a math nerd and it's going to be TK. So
Perfect.
yeah, I can write puns, but I can't do math very well. So, all right, are we ready for episode 2, Personal Space? By the way, did you guys notice that the names of all the episodes are space puns?
Space.
Just putting that out there.
Love it. I really like the space jam.
When I get on a theme, guys, can't stop me. All right, episode 2, Personal Space. Xavier, your camera just went black. Did you disappear, or is that a glitch? Oh,
It's a
you're back.
computer. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Zach, take it away.
All right. Episode 2, Personal Space. Interior, Space Lounge, day. Maisie, Tilly, Ella, and Arnold sit in a circle. Maisie and Tilly look at each other. There's some tension. Maisie then looks next to her at Ella. Ella gives her a grin, then peeks over at Arnold. Arnold is still angry. Arnold gets the idea to make Ella jealous. He puts on his suave face and turns toward Tilly. Tilly shakes her head no at him. Xander walks in with an eye patch.
Xander, what just happened? Sorry, what happened to you?
Oh, gross. Sorry. I was so distracted by the car. Oh, and here comes my dog.
Oh, just a routine probing. I had them take out the right eye to help balance out the missing left ball.
Dude,
You know how it is. Getting probed.
There's a silence.
Wait, am I the only one getting probed?
Gilda and Kais walk in.
Earthlings, I hope you all had a nice first night here in the Underspace.
I couldn't sleep. I'm not used to sleeping alone.
well, I slept great. It's nice to not be next to a snoring machine.
Well, maybe if you had normal-sized ears, you wouldn't hear my precious sleeping sounds.
Anyway, today's test consists of...
Sleep either. It's hard to sleep when you know your best friend doesn't respect you.
Oh, interesting. After yesterday, I'm pretty sure you don't have a best friend.
Moving on, as I was saying...
Well, I slept all right. I had to sleep on my side because I felt uneven sleeping on my back. But other than that, I see no negatives. Well, I also only see out of one eye, so...
Okay, we may have manipulated a little too much. These petty human feelings are really starting to annoy me.
I know. They said passive-aggressive comments to each other all night.
I think we need to adjust our testing schedule. New objective for the day to see how easily we can manipulate the humans back.
Back to how they were before. You remember how annoying they were then, right?
Just do it, Kais.
Okay, fine. Earthlings.
The Earthlings turn to look at Kais. Kais is having a hard time trying to sound friendly.
We, the members of Underspace, want to thank you for being such willing participants in our study of humankind.
Hey, Kais, we kind of had a really rough day yesterday, so I think we need some personal space.
Oh, no, it's underspace, not personal space.
That's not what she meant, Xander. Don't mansplain her needs.
Thanks for standing up for me, Maisie.
Of course. Hey, we both have our flaws, but we're perfect together, right?
Right.
Maisie and Tilly smile at each other.
What is happening?
I'm not sure.
Tilly, you're right. We all just needed some personal space, and after an entire night without Arnold by my side, I realized that I never want to go through such loneliness ever again.
Does that mean we're back together?
We're back together, Smooshy.
Ella and Arnold run into each other's arms and embrace, which makes Kais hiss. Tilly and Maisie do their signature handshake. Xander's gaze bounces back and forth between the two pairings. He smiles. Interior office, moments... Jesus, my cat is jumped. Whoa, that scared the fuck out of me. Okay, interior office, moments later, Gelda and Kais have a shushed conversation.
Okay, I am so confused.
I literally just walked into the room and they solved all their problems.
So they just need a mediator?
What they need is a meteor.
Guys, this is serious. We have to know how the Earthlings work so we can take over Earth. If they unwork our work, well, then our plan just won't work, will it?
Hey, Kais?
Xander enters. My bad.
Hey, Kais? Can I get my eye back now? It's hard to see everything with just one eye. Or it's hard to see everything going on with just one eye.
Actually, Xander, I have a better idea.
Oh, do you now?
Stop that. Kais, go babysit the others. I need a word here with Xander.
Yeah, Kais. Gelden wants a word with me.
Okay, Earthlings, who wants freeze-dried cryo-froyo?
Kais exits, leaving Gelda and Xander behind.
So, what kind of words did you want to say to me?
Xander tries to wink, but he only has one eye.
I'm winking, but you can't really tell right now.
Uh-huh. How did you all become friends?
Oh, we go to college together. Miami University, baby. But not the one in Florida, the one in Ohio.
So because you all share a mutual institution, you share a kindred spirit?
Well, we all lived on the same floor our freshman year and just stayed friends.
Fascinating. And what would it take for you to turn on your friends?
I wouldn't. They're my friends.
Well, they've turned on each other before.
Well, sure, sometimes we get into little fights, but we work through it. We can work through anything.
That's what I was afraid of.
Hey, something bothering you?
Xander gestures that he has a shoulder to cry on.
Don't. I just figured you would all be a little more straightforward.
Hey, I'm straightforward. Well, I mean, my depth perception is off and I lean a little to the left now.
There's something kind of precious about how naive you are.
So, about me getting my eye back?
You can go join your friends now.
Oh boy, freeze-dried cryo yogurt. Oh, I hope they have toppings.
Xander giddily trots off. Gelda is left flustered. Interior space cafeteria moments later. Maisie, Tilly, Ella, and Kai sit around a table eating freeze-dried froyo, which is basically just starbursts. Kais is actively listening.
So then I told Jonathan he better get his GPA up or Tilly would never even consider him.
Oh, that's right. I don't date below 2.8.
You tell him, girl.
What is this thing you're doing?
Oh, it's just a little gossip.
Gossip?
Yeah, when you talk about someone who's not in the room.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more about this Jonathan.
Ugh. Well, have you always noticed how he always seems to have something stuck in his teeth?
That or a stain on his shirt.
Is he one of those guys that licks his lips before he speaks?
Yes!
I hate Jonathan.
Xander and Arnold return to the table with toppings.
We brought toppings.
Here you go, guys. I know it all looks gross, but the freeze-dried moon rocks just have a nice crunch.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate you.
Unlike Jonathan.
What?
Jonathan. I just learned about him, and I hate him.
Is that the guy from our anthro class who always has something stuck in his teeth?
Yes.
Oh, the guy who never works out his quads.
Well, that doesn't matter so much. The only quads I care about are quadrilaterals.
Hey, got quads and lats, baby.
Ella grabs Arnold's arm in a calm that down manner.
So you Earthlings form relationships with people based off of collectively not liking each other?
Nothing unites people more than a common denominator.
Aren't we also form friendships out of common interests with others?
Or sometimes it's just a vibe thing.
Aw, Arnold, you're so romantic.
Basically, humans just make friends and we make enemies. There's not much rhyme or reason to it.
Here's a rhyme for everyone. I have friends. Oh, yes, I do. I am friends with you and you and you and you. Sorry, my scansion was off.
I need to go.
Kais runs off in a hurry. Interior office, moments later. Gelda stands over her notes while Kais bolts in.
Kais, this is bad. Human nature is much more unpredictable than we thought.
That's what I was just coming to tell you. I think we should abort this mission and just blow them up.
We're not going to blow them up, Kais.
At least let me blow up one of them.
No. Wait a moment. An idea is coming to me. Our original plan was to manipulate the Earthlings against each other so they didn't bond together as an army when we invade.
Love a good manipulation.
But now, I'm thinking, what if instead of turning on each other, we get them to turn on Earth? They've already said that the people are desperate to leave it.
So you want them to hate Earth and then love Underspace? Because if Earthlings hate Earth, they won't fight to protect it.
Precisely. I'm good.
Xander enters.
Oh, there you two are. Hey, so about an eye?
Gosh, do you ever shut up? Fine, here's your eye back.
Kais hands Xander a jar with his floating eye in it.
Finally. Looks like I'm starting a collection.
Xander trots off, jar in tow. End of episode 2.
Okay, I think you get the point with the eye patch.
You with the props, Xander. Xavier, I need to start writing more intricate props to see how you surprise me.
I thought it would be good. I have more eye patches.
Why do you have any?
I ordered it for this because I just wanted to try it. Yeah, I just.
Oh my god.
Aw, bless your heart. I adore that.
Oh, bless your heart. It's the Georgia and Maddie coming
I
out.
was like, the South is coming out.
Oh gosh, sorry, I just got notifications like upgrade the meeting. Bruh, I did that. Anyway, while I'm upgrading the meeting, notes?
I have a thought or a
Love
question.
that. Answers?
My question is the motivation behind Gelda and Kais to study Earth for a future invasion. Is that information revealed here for the first time, or was that in the pilot?
In the pilot, they say we want to be the first to study humankind so that way we can use it to take over Earth.
Oh, they do say that exact line. Okay, gotcha.
But
gotcha.
I can make that clearer.
No, I guess I just missed it. Yeah, I think as long as that's clear, because I just thought this was a strange time to reveal that information, but if it's not the first time it's revealed, then that's good.
Yeah, in my first like introductory monologue, I'm like, does anybody want to know why you're here? Because we're gonna like take over the year.
I think I was just too much in that moment, be like, oh my god, Cassidy, and that I forgot to actually listen to what you were saying. So yep, that makes sense.
It's me. I look different
That
now.
makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I realized like last time you both acted together, you were playing a Jewish couple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fun fact,
a
neither
lot
of them are
of
Jewish.
years ago. Actually, no.
Yeah.
We acted together in Chalk Circle too.
Oh, Cock Chalk,
We were
yeah.
all in Chalk Circle together.
You guys
Yeah, I
know each
forgot
other
that part.
from like different short films or classes or.
Okay, so
Probably those
Cassie,
things.
Zach, and I went to college together. Katrina, TK, and I went to high school together. Xander and I do sketch. Aaron I met on a music video set, and Andy, through extension of Aaron. Joe, we live like in the same neighborhood, so we met up at a coffee shop.
Hilarious. Wow.
Networking. You're
I
doing
know.
the right thing as an actor and a writer, keeping all these people close and
right.
working. It's very smart.
Oh, thank you. My memory serves very little, but it serves this.
Yeah.
So, why is remember my credit card info?
No.
Okay.
Just say it out loud as you type it very slowly.
Yeah, sorry. Madeline Grace.
Maybe you could like send a picture. We can help you remember it.
Oh yeah, let me screen share hot quick.
Might as well get that social while we're there.
618. Okay, anyway. Employee count.
This is so fun. You guys are really funny.
I know you guys are so funny. I'm just like,
Loving the cats as well. Keep those
Yes.
cats walking
I
around.
know, like the pets are like running in and out of everybody's screen. It
I know.
makes
Can you guys
me
hear
laugh.
boyfriend screaming at my ankles?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
The second we got on this Zoom, my cat jumps up on the arm of my chair. She's like, hello. Pay attention to me now.
All
Yeah,
right.
seems about right.
All right, perfect. Okay, I have updated. It will bill me whatever it decides to bill me. We're good to go. I didn't have time to read. I just said,
Yeah.
Wow, that's how they get you.
Surprise, Bill.
Take my stimmy. Take my stimmy.
yeah. That's how I'm funding this. So, okay. So other notes for 2. Any lines that need to be changed, plot points that need to be accentuated, deaccentuated.
Just moving forward, because I know we talked about what our characters would wear. I know for what you were thinking about clothing-wise for Xander. So he'll have an eye patch on. Yeah, he just progressively gets more as a.
Yeah, I'm
That's
basically
going.
it's like a game of operation, and
Yeah.
you're just.
Because I know later on he has more bandages just all over. So he'll have the eye patch and the visor.
And that's definitely something that I was trying to think about that can be made better throughout is like, how do we exaggerate and build upon that theme more and more of like, okay, so the first time like you're missing a ball, which we obviously don't see unless you want to. And then the second time,
You're scared.
an eye patch. So it's like, how do we like just like throw on random bandages and random moments? Your dream sequence, if you're comfortable being shirtless, we can do like just a bunch of bandages. If not, we can just do like random clavicle ones or something. It's an anatomy lesson.
Right, you.
You're stealing the show, Xavier. You're
Honestly,
hilarious. I'm
yeah.
dying.
Killing it.
I'm assuming laughing is allowed. I'm laughing.
Oh,
If
yes.
not, you tell me. I'll stop. But
No, please. It helps me as a writer too to be like, yes, like that caught my scansions joke.
yeah.
I didn't even know what that was at first. I thought you made up a word like my scanning, my vision.
It's a Shakespeare pun.
Music stuff.
Yeah, music and Shakespeare.
Yeah, and
I love Kais so much. Kais is so precious.
love the hissing.
I was thinking about like maybe because when she's like hissing and stuff and the like language which is just like yes, I was like, should I make like every S like a straight S?
Yes.
I'm like, I definitely will need to work on it though. Yeah.
Yeah, I think any little intricacies of your character that you're like, oh, this is a moment where I could throw that in, where Xavier, if you're like, I could have a bandage on here, or you're like, I could hiss here, or you're like, I could do a lovey-dovey thing with Arnold here, or so, a math pun, whatever it may be, like, let's throw them in. Because I was juggling a lot in my brain, obviously. So you guys are going to be better judges than me at like what's best for your character. Any other notes on episode 2? Or did I just make perfection?
Good.
I liked episode 2.
Perfect. On to 3.
Yeah.
But. 3, Space Jam. Gotta have it.
Best.
Okay. Ready?
Okay.
Okay, well.
Sorry, I did 1 year of cheerleading and it scarred me for life.
No, I was with my sister with like varsity and everything, so that's exactly what I pick up on too.
Ready? Okay, and then
All right. Underspace, episode 3, Space Jam, written by Maddie Martin. Fade in, montage, testing room, snippets of the Earthlings undergoing various tests. Ella paints a mesmerizing picture of Underspace. Tilly whizzes through an alien math exam. Arnold shows off his physical strength with anti-gravity dumbbells. Maisie gives a PowerPoint presentation to an intergalactic environmental cause. Xander sings a beautiful aria. Kais takes notes for all of the activities. End montage. Interior space lounge. Day. The Earthlings enter the lounge exhausted from their testing.
Man, who knew the center of the Earth would be so demanding?
We aren't in the center of the Earth, Arnold.
Well, then what exactly is Underspace?
I think it's the opposite of outer space.
But the opposite of outer is inner.
And inner space is for hippies.
Gelda enters.
Gelda, what exactly is Underspace?
Yeah, like, where are we?
Picture Earth. Now leave Earth, and above and around Earth is outer space. But below Earth, that's Underspace.
So it's south outer space?
No, it's different.
So when Earth rotates, does Underspace rotate too? Like, are you in reference to us, or are we in reference to you?
And how come it isn't just all one space?
Yeah, wouldn't the term outer encompass everything outside Earth?
Guys, I think we've gone off on a tangent.
How come outer space isn't called upper space?
Oh wait, good point.
Look, I'm not in charge of naming things, but once Underspace takes over Earth, we will be the only space that matters.
Kais enters holding something behind her back.
Gelda, there's someone here to see you.
Remember, Earth, below Earth, Underspace.
That looks like an upside down fermata.
Okay, we get it. You're a music major.
Boys, would you do us a favor and get us a snack from the caf?
Gracia!
Arnold bolts out of the room. Xander is confused but follows suit.
Please, I have some gossip. Remember our little Jonathan problem?
Yes.
Well, I made an orb and it lets us spy on him.
Like a portal back to Ohio?
Precisely.
Show us, show us.
The girls and Kais gather around the orb.
Okay, I found Miami University in Ohio. Now, which one is Jonathan?
Right there. Oh, and there's Sam.
Trish, oh, I miss them.
Wait, you have other friends?
Of course, we have lots of friends back on campus.
Plus, my parents are on Earth. Arnold still needs to meet them.
And my cat sitter can't cat sit forever.
What is a cat?
Cats are a type of pet. They're fluffy and purry. They can be little menaces too. They like to paw things off tables and throw up on couches and hiss. You really can't tell them what to do.
Are you the only one with a cat?
No, there's lots of cats on Earth.
Kais takes this information in. Perhaps Earth isn't so bad.
Oh, look, there's that gorgeous park Arnold took me to on our first date.
And there's the math building. I can practically smell the chalk dust.
The girls look down nostalgically at the orb.
Ladies, I miss Earth.
I do too.
Can't believe I'm even saying this, but even I want to see Earth. But just for the cats.
Interior office moments later. Gelda walks into her office to find her evil twin, Griseldo. Griseldo is a mix between a bougie sommelier and a 40-year-old gamer who lives with his mom. He sports a metallic streak in his hair.
Griseldo, to what do I owe the pleasure?
What, I can't just visit my favorite twin?
I thought you were busy baking cookies and kissing up outer space's ass.
Well, it's funny you say that. There I was, eating a freshly baked cookie and reading the news when I stumble upon a certain someone's face.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, gal, I think it's super cute and admirable that you've abducted some Earthlings, but when will you accept that you'll never take over Earth?
Did you come all the way out here just to try to belittle me?
That's just a fact, gal. I mean, how long have you been harboring fugitives? And you still haven't taken over Earth?
The Earthlings are much more nuanced than you think.
I could make them do my bidding in one day.
I'd like to see you try.
Challenge accepted. Griselda snaps his fingers, which freezes Gelda in place. Kais runs into the room.
Hey, you can't do that.
Griseldo spirit fingers, and it instantly ties up and muffles Kais, which makes her drop her notebook. Excellent. Now, okay, let's see what we're working with here. Griselda grabs the notebook and begins reading. Interesting. Well, first things first, I need to make sure the Earthlings don't suspect anything. Hey, gal, I'm just going to use my super cool outer space powers and absorb your aura so the dumb human brains think I'm you. Sound good? Gelda tries to speak but is still frozen. Whoops, oh, that's not my line.
You won't.
You won't. Oh, Opie. Griselda absorbs Gelda's aura. He achieves the green streak in his hair. Well, what? Take over outer space, Earth, and Underspace all in the same month? Ha ha! I never underestimate the moxie of Griseldo. Griseldo exults with a flourish. Interior space lounge day. The Earthlings sit in the space lounge, snacking on Mars bars.
Like Mars bars?
Yeah, I get it.
Sounds like he wants to die.
Humans, it is I, Gelda.
Hey, Gelda.
Where's Kais?
Never mind Kais. She has indigestion.
Oh, probably from all the black coffee she drinks.
I told her about the natural benefits of roots and herbs like a yerba mate.
Enough small talk.
Hey, I thought we agreed to stop talking about my ball.
Whoa, what are you talking about?
There we go. That's the attitude.
Hey, Gelda. So you know how you've been asking me to paint underspace landscapes? Well, I was thinking.
And I was thinking that today we get down to business. No more dumb aptitude or personality tests.
Dumb?
Yeah, all that testing isn't really working. It's time to just accept defeat and blow up Earth. But don't worry. You and your loved ones will stay safe here in outer, under space.
What?
What?
I mean, you all have admitted that people are pretty desperate to leave Earth, right? Really no reason to keep it. So we'll abduct everyone who matters and blow up the remains. See y'all later. Griselda leaves the stunned Earthlings behind.
I can't believe Gelda wants to blow up Earth.
Yeah, I can't either. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Xander exits.
What do we do?
Maybe we can talk her out of it.
She seemed pretty serious.
Everything we've worked towards, blown up.
Interior office. Xander walks in to find a frozen Gelda.
I knew it! I knew that couldn't have been the real you. I'll get you out, Zelda! Or I'll get you out, Gelda.
Kais muffles a sound. Xander spots the tied up and muffled Kais.
Guys? You can say that up for a bit. I've really enjoyed not getting probed today. You took my gallbladder while I was sleeping, didn't you?
Kais gives a smug look. Xander lifts his shirt to reveal a huge bandage on his stomach. Xander rips the tape off of Kais's mouth.
Oh,
There's no time for hissing. We have to grab the others.
Interior space lounge moments later, Xander and Kais run into Ella and Arnold with a frenzy.
Guys, that wasn't the real Gelda. That's her evil twin.
How do you know?
Because I saw the real Gelda frozen in her office. This is some imposter trying to take over Underspace and Earth.
We have to help Gelda.
I have a plan that just may be crazy enough to work. Arnold, go get Maisie and Tilly.
Racia!
Arnold sprints off. No one follows him. Interior office, day. Griselda paces back and forth in front of the frozen Gelda and Kais. I'm gonna blow up your precious little Earth and all its stupid inhabitants. And without Earth in the way, Underspace will be in reference to nothing, and thus be absorbed by outer space. Griselda begins an evil guffaw, which is interrupted by Xander, who bursts into the office with the rest of the humans trailing behind.
Wait!
You really need to get a lock on this door.
Before you blow up Earth, we have a presentation.
I got 5 minutes. What's your story, kid?
And a 5, 6, 7, 8.
The Earthlings break into a show choir-styled song and dance.
When you look at the Earth, then go outside the Earth.
Go below the surface of the galaxy.
Let's find a special place.
It's called Underspace.
And it is led by an alien queen.
Underspace.
Underspace. Underspace.
The Earthlings finish their number with a flourish. Kais reluctantly spins in at the end and does a tilt. Okay, so that was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. And I've seen every Star Wars spin-off.
Really? Because I think the most pathetic thing I've ever seen is an evil twin turned into a baby.
How did you get unfrozen? Don't tell me it was the power of music or some crap like that.
no, idiot. I used Ella's hairdryer to free Gelda while you were distracted by the song.
Fair enough. Whatever, I'm still blowing up Earth. Gelda does the wave with her hands, and it turns Griseldo into a baby version of himself. Griseldito cries. Very fun.
Nice.
Oh, cute.
Ella goes over to Griseldito and coos at him. Griseldito hates this.
Victory lap! Race y'all!
Arnold runs out of the room. No one follows. Maisie and Tilly do their signature handshake. Kais joins in on this, trying to hide their joy. Gelda moves over to Xander.
How did you know my evil twin wasn't the real me?
Whenever you exit a room, you start with your right foot. He started with his left.
Gelda smirks at Xander.
Thanks for looking out for me.
Hey, what are friends for?
Earthlings, I think you all deserve some celebratory moon pies.
The Earthlings rejoice. Even Kais seems happy. Gelda picks up the notebook and writes down, "No matter what, do not blow up Earth." End episode 3.
Cute. Notes.
Zachary, MVP with the stage directions and Griseldito.
Incredible.
Griseldo.
I'm glad you got my little Spanish in there.
Appreciate it.
The little things. The Ito things, if you will.
Okay.
Okay, I'll stop. Will I?
Can you?
No, I can't. Boyfriend, shut your mouth. Sorry.
He's not that loud, if it's any consolation.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Okay,
I can hear him.
Yeah.
that's good. Okay. Any notes, quotes, questions, concerns, comments?
I think it's really cool how the story is progressing and how, just what you've set up with us obviously winning them over. I think it's very heartwarming. And I think I think this one we still got the chance to get a dash of everyone's personality, and even maybe more so in the past. I mean, because it could get into trouble of doing the same thing over and over again with all of us. But I feel like so far that hasn't really happened. So I think it's moving along,
Cool. Well, that's a good thing to like keep an eye out for in case it does lean that way down the road.
Well, and I like with mine, we're kind of playing up the fact, like at the beginning it was more about our love, but now it's like he's a doofus, and I think that's fun. So that's something different. Yeah.
Definitely.
It's
Yeah.
on brand for me. So.
I have a thing about a line that Griseldo says where he says, "How long have you been harboring fugitives?"
Yeah.
I feel like it should be hostages or holding hostages, because
Oh,
they aren't fugitives.
what page is that
Right.
on now?
Page 6.
Oh, hostages. Ooh, and then we get alliteration. I see. Looking out for the grammar, Joe. I appreciate that. Okay. So, harboring hostages.
Mhm.
You got it, dude. Any other line notes as an active listener?
I feel like there may have been another one, but I can't remember it right now.
If it dawns on you, let me know.
Mhm.
I have a question, and again, this is kind of my first time like hearing or reading any of this, except for I read like Griseldo stuff. So it could just be that I'm missing it, but I think that there could be some space to maybe further differentiate Griseldo and Gelda in terms of what they're after. Because obviously Griseldo is extreme, right? He wants to blow up Earth, destroy it, and then like have this interdimensional takeover.
Yeah.
So I guess my question is, how is Gelda invading Earth preferable for the humans that she has? Because they all band together to defeat Griseldo and save Gelda to save Earth. I guess my question is like, why is an invasion okay with them, but the destruction is where they draw the line? You know what I mean? Am I making sense?
It's an excellent question.
Yeah, because they seem everybody seems really on board with Gelda and Kais pretty much immediately. And I understand that that's like partly because they're like stupid, right? Like you don't judge your characters, right? But like the point, this is like a very purposeful sample size of Earth's population that was snatched, like they said.
Yeah.
So I understand that, but like then they draw the line in Griselda. So I think there could be room there to really differentiate the goals between these two characters and why the hostages have decided that there is a line that has been crossed and why Gelda has not crossed that line.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And I think it has something to do with them looking like in the orb and like remembering their time on Earth and like missing Earth.
Yeah.
But then there should still be some kind of consequence for Gelda's courses of action until she changes her mind.
That's definitely, that's where I was going with like, they didn't really care about Earth until they saw Earth again and were like, oh shoot, we do actually miss it. And so then to be immediately followed that by actually I'm going to blow it up. But you're right, that doesn't justify, like, well, why are we cool if
Yeah.
Gelda wants to invade Earth? What does that even mean?
Didn't even occur to me.
I know.
And
I
I
just
guess
looked at
that-
script and said, haha, funny.
Well, I think it's like I think that the humans are kind of getting Gelda and Kais on their side because like now Kais hates Jonathan and she kind of gets and she wants to visit Earth at least for the cats. And invading doesn't mean that it blows up. Like blowing it up is just like everything is destroyed, whereas invading it still exists. But and they can still go back, but I guess that they're just maybe slaves or something. I don't know.
Right.
But the humans also are starting to like Underspace and like them, and so maybe like we can clarify somehow that like to the humans an Underspace invasion is like maybe not necessarily a bad thing because like maybe that means some kind of like improvement on Earth or like some kind of like I don't know, maybe there can be some glimmer of hope a little sooner that's like, oh, like maybe an Underspace invasion wouldn't be the worst thing. Like
Yeah, they
we
can bring
could
back
use
Mersburs.
areas. Yeah, or something like that.
Oh, that was the one line. I think you all
Don't like
deserve.
Mersburs?
No. Celebratory moon pies. I feel like that should change to some kind of Underspace, like
Specific.
moon type thing.
Under moon pies.
Yeah, or like noom pies, like moon backwards or something.
I wonder if, as well, if Xander, that character, if he's like the connection to the two of them, there could possibly be a world where he kind of ropes the rest of the humans into being on Gelda's side because of the connection that those two characters have. You know, maybe there's a way that Xander's like, guys, you know, hey, they're not so bad, kind of thing, something along those lines, you know.
Maybe it happens during that little moment where they're trying to think, how do we save Gelda? And they're like, well, why should we save Gelda? She still wants to invade Earth. And then Xander can say, like, because like her intentions are pure, whatever, you know. And
Because she's
she's hot and I'm horny, guys, so we're making this happen. No,
You all have someone.
we're all endowing Gelda. Got it. No. Okay.
But the only one who gets probed is also the only one that wants to stay here.
Definitely. TK, I know you have to leave soon, so if you want to jump off, that is fine.
I'm really sad. Bye.
As you know, we're recording, so I can send you what you missed.
Okay, perfect. That sounds great. All right, have fun, guys. Thank you for including
Bye. It was nice meeting
Bye.
you.
Bye, TK.
me too.
Her sister-in-law's in town. She has to entertain.
All right, now that she's gone, we can get really into this.
Yeah, I was thinking we cut out her character because we really just need me, right?
You just play both parts.
Well, that's what I'm about to do. So,
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, Zach, that's a really good point. Just yeah, and I think part of it too is if this was a longer series and arc, you would see like over time that there is this connection between the Underspace and the Earthlings. So there is this unity. But because this is literally episode 3, that's a pretty rushed. No.
Yeah, and I think it can be accomplished in one line, just like what people have been saying. You know, just simply just like oh, that actually doesn't sound so bad. Blah, that's it. You know, like even something like that. And I did have another question about Earth. Does this take place like present day Earth right now time?
Yes, but we're not doing any homages to like pandemic life. This is a way.
Sure. No. Yeah, I agree. I think that's the right choice. But yeah, so I guess my question too is just like some of the references that I heard made me wonder if this was like a future version of Earth, like people are trying to leave Earth, made me feel like, oh, we have space travel or something like that. But like if we don't, I don't know, perhaps that was just me, but maybe some of the references to Earth could be more specific as well in terms of like why, because that could also contribute as to why they think an invasion is okay. Like Earth is in really bad shape, you know, like.
Do we want it to be
reasons.
vague or specific? Like we could make it like, you know, like, oh, like climate change is happening and that's scary and bad. Or we can make it just like Earth sucks.
I don't know. I mean, I could see either way, kind of. No, I think it has to be specific, actually. I decided. I think it has to be specific. I think it has to be because I feel like Earth sucks is like, well, who the fuck are these people? You know, like that's enough for them to say.
If we're making it specific, is it better to be past, present, or future Earth then?
I think that it's just based off of one line that I believe is in this next episode. It's slight future because the Musks are living on Mars.
Yeah. This is true. The Musks are living on Mars.
So it's at least a few years ahead of where we are currently.
Sure. Okay, that's great. Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
Also-
Find more jokes in that, really. I feel.
Sorry, what was that, Andy?
Oh, I was just gonna say that's kind of fun. I think you can find more jokes in it being the slight future. Take some stuff from the present, sprinkle in that's a little bit further.
Like,
you already did
ramp it up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, even stuff like the freeze dried cryo yogurt. I feel like I guess the novelty is that it's just there in Underspace, but it's like, are we starting to have stuff like that on Earth just because, I don't know.
Okay, so I can go back through all the episodes and just find like little tweaks to make it like Earth's slight future. Or like the Musks are on Mars and desserts are more fun.
It's just like we're like spring break 2025, like that. It could be as simple as that, because honestly I think this reads as slight future anyway.
Okay,
that's
cool.
the impression that I was getting. Yeah,
that's unintentionally how I wrote it, so cool.
I'm a genius.
It just happens. 2025, we want to go a little further. How adventurous we
go
feel.
further, whatever works.
31 maybe?
I was just gonna say 2031.
Yeah. Similar enough to 2021 with a little pizzazz. Okay. Different decade. Love the 30s. It's depression era.
I think all of the like, even like the name dropping of like reasons why Earth sucks can all happen in the same moment that we realize that Gelda's not so bad. Whatever that you decide that moment is, Maddie. You know, like we want to invade Earth, but I love Earth. Yeah, except for climate change. Oh, and except for that America is a monarchy now. Oh, and also that the Musks left, and also that all the rich are, you know, eating the poor or like whatever. You
Wait,
know,
what?
Like, yeah, like it could get like progressively, you know, and just like, oh, you know what? Maybe. Well, okay. What do you like actually? What's Underspace?
Also,
I could get down for
Cheerios.
Yeah. Yes, and then end with something silly but like so heartfelt. Yeah, I love that.
Wait, what was that last one that you said?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I said they discontinued Cheerios.
And that's the one that they're like, yeah, actually, like, so what's y'all got Cheerios in Underspace? Like, what's that? You know?
I stopped breathing for a second when you said that.
I know your face. That was genuine horror.
Cassidy, you know firsthand that I love cereal.
Oh, I forgot about that.
In a Tupperware cereal.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
Cassidy comes over to my apartment and I was like, so what kind of cereal can I offer you?
That was so funny. It was like the middle of the night after rehearsal one night.
Yeah, 11 p.m. cereal time.
Getting an early start on the next day.
Yeah.
I only like cereal at night. I don't know, it doesn't taste right in the morning. Anyway, it's not about me. Okay. So reasons why Earth sucks. Slight future, differences between why Gelda's good, Griselda is bad. Oh, I was gonna ask. So I just kind of was like, oh, he gets turned into a baby, and then I was like, how are we gonna do that? I mean, my friend Maggie, who's editing this, has a baby or a 1-year-old. We could, in theory, use her. It's a girl, or we can have Zach as you are, but like in a diaper.
I did this Zoom thing project, whatever, like early quarantine, and they did a similar baby thing, and they used like a Snapchat filter that turns you into a baby.
Yeah.
And like we filmed ourselves on our cell phones, and like I just filmed it with the Snapchat filter and then sent that take to them, you know, and that's what they edited into the
that
thing.
works.
That's another option. It's not quite baby, but it's like 8-year-old or something like that, you know?
Yeah, we can do that. Because Griseldito appears in the last 2 episodes, or like he's referenced. And I was saying to Zach, I'm like, we can write you in if you want like more lines, or if you like, and then I was like, is he like a legit
spin-off show?
Right? I was like, is it a legit baby where like he's like just like scowling, or is it like full-grown Zach as a baby being like, I hate this, you know?
Baby body, full-grown Zach head.
Nice. Now we're getting somewhere.
You could get a doll body and rip the head off and then just put it under its neck. Maybe like black tarp or something to block everything else, you know? I don't.
We can get you the tiny hands.
There are a lot of options. Let's do every scene is a different one of these.
You're just like progressively getting older.
Yeah.
It's like, here's teenage Griseldito.
Like Groot. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
I am genuinely so into the fact that just like it's just Zach and they're just like, hey, it's Gilda. It's
Honestly,
so
like
funny.
me.
She's like, how did you know?
The only thing is the streak in the hair.
yeah,
That's
well,
the
it's
only
like
difference.
because the Underspace people have one color, outer space have a different color. It's like different spaces have a different colored streak.
Fun.
So and that's all inspired by Cassidy's green streak.
I have a little purple in here right now too.
Ooh.
Well, you're gonna have
Wow.
to change it.
We're gonna have to change that. Yeah.
So yeah, whatever color you end up going with, Cassidy will give Katrina the same. But just the spray. We're not gonna make you dye your hair. And then Zach, you'll have one, and Joe, you'll probably have a different since you're like neutral space. Since you're councilman of space. Good for you. So
Just gonna have a brown streak just because it's neutral.
Ew.
And even more
All
brown.
the colors mixed together.
it's a highlight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Any other notes on 3? No. All right. We are at the halfway point. Does anybody need like water or the opposite of water, which is urinating?
Wow.
That's your spectrum.
I'm good.
Okay.
Good.
Let's keep going.
Ooh.
Episode 4.
All right. Underspace. Episode 4, Black Hole. Written by Maddie Martin. Fade in. Interior Xander's bedchamber. Uh-oh, morning. Xander wakes up from his bed. Xander is covered in various bandages.
Oh, jeez, 5 a.m. already. All right, Xandalion, time to kick off another amazing day in Underspace. First things first, I'm the realist. What on earth, oh, pardon, what on not earth am I gonna wear today?
Xander looks at his closet. His one outfit is hanging.
Ah, yes, my abduction outfit. I really wish they abducted our suitcases along with us. We've been wearing the same clothes for weeks now.
Xander puts his shirt on over his undershirt.
All right, let's look at my organ checklist.
Xander picks up a notebook with his organ list. We see a shot of the list titled Probes and has a list of body parts with the probed parts crossed off.
Man, there's not much of me left.
And a shot of tens of jars filled with various parts in Xander's room.
But you know what no one can ever take from me? My soul.
Xander goes to sing some soul music, but a screeching sound comes out instead.
Well, looks like I'm checking one vocal cord off the list.
Xander crosses out vocal cord on his organ list.
Fine. The day is still young. It's all uphill from here. Or downhill. That's a weird expression when you think about it, because I think downhill is supposed to be the negative one, but it's a lot easier on the knees.
Arnold knocks on the door.
Xander, my man, race you to breakfast.
Oh, gosh. Okay, be right there. I just need pants.
Arnold bolts out of the door. Xander makes his way to the cafeteria while also trying to put on pants. Interior space cafeteria day. Xander walks into the cafeteria and notices Ella by herself and Arnold nowhere in sight.
Did I finally beat Arnold at a race? Huh. Hey, Ella, why are you by yourself?
Arnold and I broke up.
Oh, no. What happened?
I had to end things. See, my heart belongs to someone else.
Tice probed you too?
No, as in, I think there is another man who is more attractive.
Who else is there? Arnold and I are the only guys here.
Exactly.
Wait, you don't mean...
Face it, Xander. There's an irrefutable connection between the two of us.
I feel like we have the fewest one-on-ones.
But we're both arts majors. I do visual art and you do music.
Yeah. You know, they stole one of my vocal cords.
That's okay. Even with half a voice box, you're still twice the man Arnold is. Did you know that when I asked him to help me raise evil twin turned baby Griseldo, or Griseldito as I call him, Arnold said no?
I mean, he is an evil baby.
I thought you were different, Xander. But I see now, you men are all the same. You don't care about anyone but yourselves.
Hey, that's unfair.
Don't you go getting all mad. This is my moment to be angry. I have a tear forming in the corner of my eye. Just give me a moment. Come on now, tear.
Maisie and Tilly enter the cafeteria.
Oh, what's that? Oh, Maisie and Tilly are calling me. I'd better go check on them.
Yeah, whatever. This tear is just not coming out. I was supposed to be a beautiful damsel in distress.
Xander crosses over to Maisie and Tilly.
Okay. Xander, thank goodness you're here. We need to pick your brain about something.
You guys are probing now too?
Not like that, silly. Maisie and I are having an academic debate, and seeing as you are so intelligent, we need your opinion.
You guys think I'm intelligent?
I've never met anyone as smart or capable as you before.
Jeepers, that's dandy of you. Okay, well, yeah. What's the query?
If A equals B when C equals D, but never when C equals E and every other time C equals F, then is it safe to assume G would also equal B under the same set of rules? Given that A stands for climate change, B stands for fiscal growth, and C is economic gain, and D is social justice?
Yes?
I knew it! Okay, fine. If Xander says so, then it must be true. Guess I will stop recycling then.
Oh, Arnold finally makes it into the cafeteria.
Xander, how did you beat me?
I don't know. This is a weird day.
Kais enters.
Earthlings, time for daily training.
Finally, something normal.
Interior office day. Gelda and Kais sit in the office with Tilly in a chair opposite them. Xander sits in the corner next to a plant.
Okay, so today we are trying to get to know you all as individuals better,
Then why is X here?
to provide a steady stream of carbon dioxide to my new office plant.
Xander is confused, but exhales on the plant.
Do you even have a plant? You're the best. Ah, a geometry, if you will.
Tilly, we want to address your little issue.
You want me to solve a problem?
See, that's exactly what we're talking about.
You think we didn't notice how you steadily talk in math puns?
No one's ever called me out on it before. They don't notice the difference.
Stop that.
Look, Tilly, you clearly have an intelligent brain. Why are you using it for the lowest form of comedy?
I guess because I'm known for being smart and popular and competent and a whole lot of things, but I'm never known for being funny.
You want to be a comedian?
Well, no, I actually want to develop a new math curriculum that more accurately reflects the real world needs of life.
I'm bored. Next.
What?
Kais shoos Tilly out and drags Maisie in. Xander exhales on the plant.
Perfect, Maisie. We've been dying to get a chance to get to know you better, seeing as you are the least interesting Earthling.
Okay, ouch.
So what are you into?
Well, I major in environmental science. I've been working on clean energy, specifically for transportation.
That's boring. Tell Gelda about your cat.
What's a cat?
Kais interrupts Maisie before she can get a chance to speak.
They're the only pet that actually owns humans.
Amazing. What's your cat's name?
Oh, it's boyfriend.
Wait, I thought you said that a cat is a pet, but it's your boyfriend?
No, it is a pet, but I named him boyfriend.
So then what do you call your boyfriend?
I don't have one.
So you named the cat boyfriend because you're lonely.
No, like, it's funny.
Gelda and Kais look with pity. Xander blows on the plant like he's embarrassed for Maisie.
It's funny. I'm not sad. I'm not lonely. I'm funny.
Maisie realizes that she is in fact very lonely.
Okay, you're depressing me. Kais, bring in the next.
Kais ushers out a sad Maisie. Arnold comes in next.
Xander, you beat me here too?
Arnold, ignore the human leaf blower.
So, Arnold, I take it you major in sports.
Yeah, you can't major in sports. Colleges recruit you based off your athletic ability, but you have to major in something unrelated. So I use my soccer scholarship to pay for learning a random subject that I spend no time on because all my time goes into soccer.
What's soccer?
You may know it as football.
Aren't there majors that kind of relate though, like sports medicine and nutrition?
Yeah, but I don't want to do those things for a living. I want to play soccer.
So what do you major in then?
Business.
Just then, Ella busts through the door.
Arnold, look at this perfect tear cascading down from my eye.
Ella, what are you doing here?
Showing Arnold and Xander what they're missing out on.
Ella keeps trying to authentically cry.
Okay, I've had enough. Can everyone just leave? Except Xander. Stick around for a bit.
Ella and Arnold exit with Kais behind them.
You want me to keep breathing on the plant?
No, Xander. I want you.
What?
I can't hide my feelings any longer. With every probing, I find a new part of you to admire.
This is the best day of my life.
But just promise me one thing.
Anything.
Don't wake up.
What?
Don't wake up.
Gelda starts to get warbly and echo, "Don't wake up." Eventually, Xander wakes up to realize it was all a dream, and he's in the probing chair with Kai standing over him with a knife while Gelda stands to the... What?
At the typo.
Stands to the side. Is it side?
That's what that was, yes.
While Gelda stands to the sit. Interior office continuous. Now awake.
Don't wake up.
Ah!
Darn it! We were so close to getting the black hole.
It was all a dream? Oh, man, it was all a dream!
What was?
This.
Xander gets out of his chair and goes to embrace Gelda. Just then, Gelda wakes up. Interior
my
Gelda's bedroom.
God.
Gelda in her pajamas sits upright in her bed in shock. A jar with a mystery body part inside it is on her nightstand.
Oh, this isn't good.
End of episode 4.
We love a non sequitur. Thoughts, notes, dreams.
Dreams. Oh gosh, I had a thought. I don't remember what it was. It was like not important, but I feel the need to share everything that goes through my brain.
Same, I just write it down and force Zach to read it.
Hold on, why is Xander breathing on the plant?
I just needed, okay, I was trying to hit two birds with one stone here, where I was like, this is Xander's dream episode, so like he needs to be featured constantly, but also I wanted to like more individualize all the other characters. So originally that was going to be a different episode where like they have them one-on-one, but I was like, so I just put it all into one thing. So yeah, it's just an excuse, an absurd excuse to have him in the room at all times.
Okay.
It's a dream, yeah. I am curious what a version of this episode would look like without those one-on-ones.
Mm-hmm.
Even I know that it would make this like really lacking other characters, but if it is his dream, I don't know. Part of me feels like you could go a little harder on that too. Because yeah, I feel like it's kind of I don't know, if it's his dream, I'm curious why those one-on-ones are happening.
Would it
sense?
be better if he was the one orchestrating the one-on-ones? Like if he's interviewing the humans? Or does that whole sequence just not really work altogether? Because this is the only reason why I'm like, we need this bit, and it doesn't have to be in this episode, is because it like, this is where we find out like Ella's an art major and that, you know, Andy does sports. And
I think I don't know how you would practically apply this, so take it with a grain of salt. But I think that if you wanted to do that, or do like one-on-one kind of like have all the other characters in it, if there was a way to make it like really clear that this is like Xander's perception of all of these people,
okay,
rather than trying to just deepen their characters in general.
mm-hmm.
So then do you get more exaggerated characters or characterizations of the characters as Xander sees them?
Yeah, is kind of what I'm
that's
thinking
cool.
about.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if there's ways to drop that information outside of an interview setting. Like even like if you need that he's a sports major, well, you have that moment where Xander beats him to the calf. Like, wow, you beat me, dude. I play soccer. I'm gonna do that soccer for the rest of my life, and you still beat me to the cat, whatever, you know.
Mhm.
And I think that his scene with her talking about arts majors, that's in the cafeteria too, right? That's not in the.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought I like that moment there. I think
Yeah.
is really compelling and interesting because it's such a shift in their relationship. It was really just the interview portion that felt from my reading of it like it was like, okay, we need these other characters to have more face time because this is an ensemble, you know, and it didn't really feel to me like I needed to be watching it. If that
I mean, that makes sense because it literally was going to be a different episode. So
sure, yeah, and I get
Figure.
that, yeah. And I get that there's like funny stuff in there too, like the whole the boyfriend run is really good. The same with the math puns stuff. Like it's, you know, it's funny and it's good content, and I do hope that it makes it into the show at some point. I just feel like in this episode, since it is like a dream sequence thing, it felt like it became somebody else's show. Like I feel like if it's Xander's show, this should be Xander's show in a way.
Yeah, I agree. Do we want to go more dreamy with it? Like, or is it better to have it where there's like slight oddities so when we get the reveal at the end that it's a dream and a dream within a dream? Because I also was like, we can make it seem like a real day of life and then boom, it's a dream. Or we can make it like so obviously crazy where like people are like in weird costumes and there's just a lot of shit going on.
I guess it's how big of a twist the whole dream
Yeah.
you want it to be. You know what I mean?
Well, and I heard you saying this earlier too in the other room for a second. I was wondering about differentiating Xander's point of view. Like even if there's less of the interview stuff with us, if it's just us around, seeing him around like, hey, you know, like if it was a little bit more like weird, like why is everyone so weird? Like you want to raise Xander? You know, like something more along those lines where everybody's like, you know, it's just there's something really, really off about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or Xander could be like the king of Underspace.
King of Underspace.
Mhm.
I think it's really fun though. I
Mhm.
like the idea of it. And I think based on the notes I heard a little bit earlier as well, I think from Zachary, I think even if we took out less of, if we took out a little bit of the interview stuff and maybe a little bit less of our characters in it and it focused more even on Xander and how he was viewing everyone around us. Because are you talking about maybe the plant stuff not being there as much or maybe doing something different?
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's just like dawning on me. I'm like, you guys are such selfless actors because who was like, there needs to be less of me in this episode because it's really about this character. Like that's just really cool of you guys.
As long as you can come from the other ones.
Because I wouldn't have said anything. I'd have been like, yeah, this works.
No, because he's a funny character, so I think it really does. It does work, and I think we can still be seen in it. I wonder if it's going to be almost funnier to take away the interview stuff and just focus more on how he's interacting with us just around the base or whatever we call this area. You know, like the racing can work, but it could be like we could even focus more on the race between us, where it's like, you know, like, I don't know, you see it slow motion. He's so much faster. I'm like, no, how? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I guess that'd be the question then, Xavier, probably for you, of like, what are other things you would go about during your day? Because we have like your morning routine. We have you like going to breakfast. And then it'd be like, you know, what would be like the next series of events in a day where the other characters could interweave? People have ideas in general.
Well, just because I'm thinking about like, could it, I know someone did mention that it's like, what if Xander is like interviewing these people that said, and I just want to go back to that just because I do really like the stuff where like she talks about the math puns and like how, sorry, Maddie said like your character is like kind of a loser. I don't think you're a loser, but like, But
my
like,
character. Oh, sure.
just go with like, maybe this is like Xander really honing in on his perceptions of these people. 'Cause, like with me, it's like, oh well, she's boy crazy. What if she was interested in me? Or why are you guys so weird? Like he obviously like I think could have these ideas already, and I kind of like also that it was a surprise that it's a dream. I
do
like
the reveal at
it
the end.
just adjacent of normal. Like
agree.
maybe they are just acting like this today, but also we could go totally wild crazy with the dream, and that would also be super fun. So
The moment where Gelda's talking about the math puns, it strikes me as like an intervention.
Yes.
yeah.
That could be a fun thing to play with. Like that's the setting for this episode is
Ooh.
this math pun intervention in this dream.
Okay, so we're all here for
And that
this
way
dream.
all of the characters are in a place. You can have everybody together and still get those interactions, but now you have a reason to be there.
Maybe it's even like an intervention for every character on something, and except for Xander. And when it's like, okay, guys, I'm ready for what about me do you guys not like? What, Xander? You're perfect, dude. Fucking great. Will you want some cake? What do you want? I'll get you some soda. You want something?
Dandelion.
You know?
I'm glad you got that.
Yes, I know. At first, it occurred to me this morning in the shower. I for the past week, I'd been saying Xandillion, and then I was like, oh, Xandelion.
I was 100% prepared for you to be like, he's going to think it's Sandillion. So I'm glad you got it with Dandelion.
Yeah. I like this idea of the intervention for all the characters, like annoying, or because it gives us an opportunity to get to know the characters, which I love.
Yeah.
But then it does a good job of justifying it. Like we've all been cooped up in this place for a long time. We need to address some problem behaviors. So I like the opportunity to really get to know the other characters.
And I think it's a good mesh from the other episodes where like Xander's clearly a troubled character who like, you know, like we know your bit very clearly. So to make it seem like, oh, he's actually the normal, sane, great one and we're all the messed up ones. I mean, we're all messed up. But
maybe like it can like do his like morning routine and then I could introduce it's like for today's training we're having like a little circle.
Crisscross applesauce and here's the talking stick. Joe, what were you
I
gonna
think
say?
that if once the math puns get called out, then she can get defensive and be like, yeah, well, you do this and you do all of that. And it's just like super easy to get all of those character flaws out.
Yeah, it's fun.
So we call out Tilly, who can call out Maisie, who can call out Arnold, you know, whole dysfunctional friend group, as they all are. Cool. Boop, boop. Sorry, did you guys hear that, or did I just boop boop?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we heard it.
Yeah, we heard you're talking to somebody else right now. That's cool.
I'm not lonely, guys. I'm funny. Alrighty.
I do want to second again, just because somebody said it earlier, that the surprise aspect, I did really, really enjoy that. So like if there's a way, maybe the spookiness of it or like the dreaminess of it like builds rather than being really strong at the top, you know? Because at first I was trying to figure out, I was like, all right, so somebody's brainwashing her or somebody's like, you know, something's happening. I didn't really get to dream right away. And so I liked that aspect.
Perfect.
Yeah, I like that double reveal.
Yeah, I want it to be where you're like, oh, it's a dream episode. Oh, it's a different person's dream episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it feels like necessary character development too. Like it doesn't feel like a weird left turn where it's like, now it's all about Xander. Like it feels like, this felt right to me. Like this was
I
needed.
also think that Xander is kind of like in a strange way set up as like the chosen one of the series. Like he is clearly special. He is the only one that's not paired off. He is the only one that is getting probed. Like, and like Gelda even says to him in the first episode that he is special. And like it's a manipulation tactic, but like he is special. He is a centerpiece for the series.
It's here at the end, we were so close to getting. So there's a black hole in me. There's a black hole in Xander.
That's your butt, hun.
Did everyone else know it was my butt? Am I the only whoosh here?
I just got it this time. This time when I heard it out loud, I was like, yep, that's yep, okay. But what you're saying about a crescendo of craziness, I think that would also also build the tension throughout and make the ending, like the surprise would feel so good. So I just think that's such a cool idea.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
Awesome. Anything else on 4?
Yeah, I just really love how, Gelda's moment at the end. It's so cool just to realize it's her dream and she is realizing she has to confront these feelings or thoughts she's having. That's so cool.
Cassidy goes, yeah. Well, it's like when you have a dream about someone you really shouldn't be having a dream about, and then the whole next day you're like, do they know? Can they tell? Were they there too?
Do I have to act on this?
Yeah. Do I like this person? Shoo. All right. To the finale. Huzzah. We're going to end right on time. Love that.
My whole universe. That's a sweet title.
Thanks. I thought of it. I thought of it by Googling space puns and wrote down the ones I liked.
Hey, no shame.
All right. Ready?
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, I guess that's my fault at this point. Underspace, episode 5, My Whole Universe, written by Maddie Martin. Fade in, interior office day. Gelda sits in her office, clearly troubled. She takes a deep breath. Kais enters timidly.
Gelda, today's the day.
Can't believe it's already been a month.
I know. Time flies when you're probing Earthlings.
A pause.
You okay? You look like you've had a bad dream.
No dreams here. Totally fine. So this is it?
Yeah.
Do the Earthlings know?
Nope. I figure they wouldn't want to hear that we're taking over Earth today, so it's frozen pizza day. They get pretty excited about that.
Kais?
The
We
worry
have-
festers
sorry.
up in Gelda. No worries.
We have to do it, Gelda. The Intergalactic Space Council will be peeved if we blew all the funding for nothing.
You're right. We have a mission. Can you round up the Earthlings and tell them I'll be there in a moment?
Of course.
Kais exits. Gelda picks up some forms. She goes to eat them. They're disgusting. Gelda spits them out.
Ugh, gross. This must be Earth paper. Why didn't they make their paper edible like we did is beyond me.
Gelda spots a lighter.
That'll do.
Interior space lounge day. The Earthlings chill in the space lounge. Kais stands next to them.
Hey, Gelda. Gelda.
Hey, girl, hey.
Gelda!
Arnold runs up and gives a bear hug. Xander waves at the embraced Gelda. Gelda's embarrassed and looks away.
Hi there, Earthlings.
I'm afraid Gelda has some bad news.
I am resigning.
What?
Gelda.
I can't do this anymore. Look, guys, today is the day that we're supposed to take over Earth. We're supposed to send troops in with weapons and destroy landscapes, and I mean, that's your guys' home.
What's going on?
Gelda, don't do this.
The Intergalactic Space Council will be here in 3 hours to hear the research we've gathered and sign off on the invasion plan. But I have destroyed that research.
You destroyed all my perfect math scores?
I destroyed everything.
Then the council will destroy you.
Can't let that happen.
Gelda stares at Xander, reliving her dream from the night before.
Hello, Earth to Gelda.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to free you all so you can go back to your home planet. Without the information we've gathered, the council won't be able to invade.
They can do another study. They'll just give the funds to outer space this time.
So we aren't safe here or on Earth. Arnold, I'm scared.
Honestly, babe, I am too.
Okay, we need all hands on deck here. Fellow Earthlings, we are talented. We are capable. And we care. So let's put our pro brains together and form a plan. Maisie, you're an idea girl. What you got?
I do have an idea. It's kind of harsh, though.
I love it already.
Well, you could tell the council that Mars is actually Earth. It's the planet most ecologically similar to ours.
There's no humans on Mars?
just the musks.
Oh, that's fine.
So the council will invade Mars, and that will prevent them from invading Earth.
And prevent them from getting mad at Gelda.
Precisely.
But they'll figure out we were lying eventually.
Well, actually, I have a plan for that as well. You may not like this, but it's imperative. I believe that I can create clean and efficient infrastructure that unites underspace with inner space.
Not the hippies.
Tilly's run the numbers before. If underspace and inner space form an alliance, the two together will become stronger than outer space. So by the time outer space is caught on that Mars isn't Earth, underspace and inner space will have the resources to stop an Earth invasion.
You guys have put a lot of thought into this.
We see the value in underspace. We protect Earth. We protect you. With Maisie and I working together, it shouldn't take more than a few months to get ahead of outer space.
If you guys want to return to Earth, though, you're going to have to do it now. We'll have to destroy our teleporter so that the council doesn't use it to get to Earth.
I understand. I've always wanted to be part of a world-changing event. I just didn't know what world it would be. We're underspace girls now.
Maisie and Tilly do their signature handshake. Gelda takes this in.
Okay, so Tilly and Maisie will stay here to help build up underspace and prevent future Earth invasions. Huh. Problem solved. So I guess the rest of us should return to Earth now?
Actually, I've been thinking too. Taking care of Griseldito has really made me aware of all the orphaned alien buds who need a home. Arnold, I'd like to stay here to start an orphanage for abandoned buds. I feel really called to do this, but I understand if you don't want to stay.
Babe, are you kidding me? Staying in underspace means I can start a soccer league where I'm the best player. I'm down.
Oh, Arnold!
Ella and Arnold embrace.
So you're all staying?
Do you really love Underspace that much?
Maybe it's a sense of purpose. Maybe it's Stockholm Syndrome. Either way, we are here to stay.
Well, that's great for you guys, but the council will still fire Gelda when they show up and all the research has been destroyed.
And when we say fire, we mean fire off into space so I can explode.
Now, that's a problem I think I can solve. Gelda, I'm gonna return to Earth and I'd like to take you with me.
Ella squeals with excitement.
Uh-huh. No, more like, hey, Gelda, I like you, and I'd like to get to know you better, so join me on Earth so you don't get blown up by the Space Council?
Still cute.
Thank you, Xander. I love that.
Look at us, solving all of our problems.
Gelda and Xander do a subtle embrace. Everyone seems happy with the plan. Well, except Kais. Kais realizes that she has nowhere to go.
Hey, Kais, I'm going to need someone to take care of my cat. Would you like to do me the honors?
Yes, I won't let you down.
Well, Kais, looks like we're going to Earth.
We better go quickly. I'm going to miss you guys.
Oh, Kais!
Arnold, make sure you destroy the teleporter after we leave. And then, Tilly, when it's safe, please try to make a new one so you can all visit us sometime.
Will do.
You got it.
We're really doing this.
Interior transportation room. Maisie, Tilly, Ella, and Arnold wave goodbye to Kais, Gelda, and Xander as they step on the teleporter.
Dang. So this was really here the whole time?
They disappear. The Space Council rep appears. He's just a normal, friendly man in a suit, sporting an orange streak in his hair.
Hi, I'm from the Intergalactic Space Council. I'm looking for Gelda.
The Earthlings give a smirk to each other.
Arnold?
Attack!
What?
Arnold starts to viciously and violently destroy the councilman, who is just confused by the whole thing.
Did any of you ever tell Gelda that Arnold got his black belt last spring break?
Never came up.
Please spare me.
Arnold battle cries and goes in for another attack.
I picked a good one.
Ladies of Underspace, I think we know who our new leader is.
Me?
Long live Arnold!
Long live Arnold!
Long live.
Shut up.
Arnold kicks the councilman. The Earthlings rejoice. Where are they now? Slideshow of where they are now. Series of pictures depicting the texts with the councilman doing voiceover.
Maisie created a trans-galactic shuttle system that binds Underspace with Interspace. The shuttle system is called ALONE. Maisie says it's called this because it stands for a long-distance offering network enterprise, and not because she is alone. While no one is convinced that this is true, her shuttle system made it very easy for two spaces to fill the space in between them. Tilly has been appointed the lead financial advisor for Underspace. Tilly insisted that Interspace co-sign on the document for the sake of the pun. Her programs have helped build up a strong Federal Reserve and create excess funds for new programs such as Ella's Orphanage. Ella's Orphanage has eradicated homelessness among buds who were not wanted by their host alien. But according to Ella, what is even more important than their ending homelessness is that their Christmas show is going to be, quote, super adorable. Griseldito has been quoted saying, "I didn't choose this life, but I did choose the costumes." Arnold visits the orphanage 3 days a week to train the buds in soccer, which according to him will never be called football again. Arnold spends the rest of the week poning his one-man adult soccer league and overlooking Underspace's karate-based military. Gelda is adjusting to life on Earth and has discovered she enjoys mini-golf, memes, Britney Spears, and non-frozen pizza. Xander is writing an album of his space adventures. He's hoping the album sales will cover the medical operations needed to put all of his organs back inside of his body. Kais has discovered that cats are indeed better than humans and aliens combined. She is a full-time cat mom and a part-time cat cafe worker. She claims to be happy, an adjective that immediately made her hiss after admitting. The Earthlings in space occasionally use Kais's orb invention to spy on the aliens on Earth's life. Oh, the alien on Earth's life. Eventually, they hope to recreate the teleporter and visit each other in person again. But for now, there's a galaxy to protect. And me? Well, they've trapped me here and said that my purpose is to narrate their lives. I know it's weird, but it pays better than what I got with the council, so I don't mind. Plus, I get snacks. Life doesn't always go according to how we plan it, but it does always go according to how it's meant to be.
And
Oh man, I loved the councilman's energy just when your first line. That was so good.
I just love the idea of like the whole episode. We're like, oh my gosh, this terrifying figure who's gonna like destroy Gelda, and you're just like, hey. Very non-threatening.
Long live Arnold, the come up.
Yep, the doofus becomes the leader. Where have we seen that before in life?
Never.
Never in history. Okay, did this episode feel like way too plot heavy to you guys? That's how I felt writing it, but maybe it didn't come across that way.
I would say one thing I noticed. I'm not sure about plot heavy. I wonder with the narration at the end, just seeing how really great information, but how chunky it is.
It's a lot.
If maybe there's just some cuts throughout that just a little more efficiency maybe in the end where we could still land, the jokes and the information, but in maybe just a little bit faster form. But I don't know, maybe not, because I don't want to be deleting anything important.
No, just my lines. Don't worry about it.
I mean, that's a lot of talking, Joe. Like, is there any part of it that you felt was like unnecessary?
I mean, I'd have to look it over again, but it was a little long because I was like, oh, as I was reading it, I was realizing how many characters there is. I was like, oh my god, I have to give updates on everyone.
That's your purpose now. That's what you're getting paid for. Yeah. Well, I guess because it's like I didn't want to leave any questions in terms of like, what are they up to?
Mm-hmm.
But I can reduce it to like they're up to a little less.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll find ways to shorten that. And then yeah, Joe, since those are your lines, if you think of ways to better that, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if there's an opportunity to have the councilman narrate in the other 4 episodes,
Or at least
That
in
way-
the first one.
Yeah, just so that like when we get to hear and it feels like that button of like, as for me, I've been trapped here to narrate their lives. I think that would hit harder if we've been hearing his voice for 4 episodes, you know, and like then we're like, oh, that guy talking wasn't just like a plot thing, it was like a actual person, you know what I mean?
Joe, how do you feel about that? Do you want to be in more episodes?
Yeah, I don't care. If it's just voiceover. That's super easy. I can do that from my home.
Yeah. Okay. Have Joe narrate throughout. Yeah, that's a good point. And I like the idea too of like, we hear this narrator's voice and we see this character's face, but we don't put 2 and 2 together until the very end where you're like, oh wait, yeah, it
Exactly.
wasn't just a narrator. It's this
Yeah.
actually like very prominent councilman who is now hostage in Underspace.
Yeah, I think that would be a really cool payoff for the audience at the end. It's like so they have more of a connection to this narrator throughout the entire series, rather than just at the very end. They're like, "Oh, who's this guy that we just met? Oh, okay." And we listen to him for X amount of minutes. I like that.
Good voice, Joe.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't say that.
Saying it now.
It's because his voice was so good, I wanted more of it. And I want that on the
Oh.
record.
Mom,
You want that on
I
the
made
recording?
Mom, put her on.
Mom, you don't need to come pick me up. I made it.
I think that my big note, it doesn't feel too plot heavy. I don't mind it being plot heavy. I kind of miss why and when Maisie and Tilly started coming up with this whole plan.
Okay. Yeah, I literally just have one line where Xander's like, Maisie, you're an idea person. And I'm like, well, guess
Because
not.
like even I have a line. It's like, you guys have really thought about this. And you guys are like, yeah. I'm like, but why?
Yeah, so it needs to be more like, we've been thinking about this for a while. We didn't want to say anything to the group.
Or maybe like in earlier episodes, they bring up like, what's so bad about Interspace, or, you know, some kind of foreshadowing where they keep talking about Interspace, because I think that the last time we hear about Interspace is the very first episode, right?
I want to say there's one other time where we like vaguely.
Yeah, I think it's like a
Back to
vague
it.
mention.
Yeah.
But yeah, even like a philosophical space politics conversation, and maybe that could happen in the episode with Grisaldo, is like an actual discussion on how everything interacts with each other.
Zach, you did poli-sci.
Yeah. Yeah, we focused a lot on intergalactic conflicts too. So that
Exactly, it was most of the class.
That was my emphasis. So that'll come in handy. I knew that would come in handy one day.
By the way, I don't think I mentioned it. I guess it was episode 3. I love that the back and forth between Griseldo and Gelda. It was so cool, so exciting to watch. Great energy. Loved it.
Zach, I can't remember if I told you this. I don't think I did. So I wrote this script and I had a dream where you were pissed at me for not writing you a part.
Hilarious.
And I was like, okay.
So Xander's dream was kind of based loosely on reality, huh?
Yeah, it was based on my dream where you were like,
Yeah.
I can't believe you didn't run. Well, the dream was like, I was like, hey, Zach, can I have you as like a comedic counsel on this show? I want your input. And then you're like, why didn't you write me into it? I'm really insulted.
And also, this is how we find out that Maddie's in love with you, Zach.
Hilarious. You know what?
It's
It
like
happens
covered
sometimes.
before. Where's that poster? It's somewhere in here. Our Much Ado poster.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember you had to be in love with me for like 4 months?
Yeah, anyway, I had a question also about the Intergalactic Space Council.
Yeah.
Has that been mentioned before this episode?
No.
No. I'm wondering if it can be even in the beginning, you know, like, or even just like kind of one-offs between Kais and Gelda, like, oh, we have to do this for the Space Council or whatever, like whatever. Just a few, just so that when it's here, it's not like, wait, who?
Or like when Cassidy is saying, like, do you guys wonder, like, are you wondering why we have you here? Like that monologue part.
Exactly, yeah. That'd be good.
And maybe in the new narration, too,
Yeah.
it could come up a little bit.
But
Yeah,
yeah, 'cause we
'cause-
talk about the funding a couple times, and if the funding is coming directly from the council, there should be a way to work that in, I think.
Definitely. That's so true. Like adding in Joe as like you as a narrator throughout really gives the opportunity to get any extra blurbs
Quick
of info.
exposition. I think even Griseldo can have like moments like you still take your orders from the Space Council or whatever, you know, like that too.
Zach, do you want to be featured more as Griseldito in the episodes 4 and 5? Like other places where you feel like it fits?
Maybe it depends on what it is. You know, I did get into this profession to pretend to be a baby as much as possible, so that does kind of fulfill that longing. But
I'm here to satiate cravings, Zach. It's what I do.
it depends if it. I don't know that I felt like you needed more, Griseldito. Especially with lines, I'm not sure what lines he would have that would help.
Yeah.
I feel like it would just be selfish of me to say put more of me in the show, you know. But
But I
maybe you'll
did
have
enjoy
another
him.
dream, and who knows?
It's true. Whole new script.
Yeah.
Griseldo's dream.
He could show up in the dream, though.
Oh, that actually could be fun.
This is true.
Like, that would make sense. That would track to me.
That was 4.
I don't know. I thought he was fun, and
It
I
does make
love
sense.
watching Zach act in general, so.
It does make sense though. The dream actually that'd be fun.
I'm just picturing like baby Zach just scream crying, and that's his cameo. Just ah!
And when they're doing an intervention, and then all of a sudden there's just a scream.
Right. Well, because it's like he becomes a baby, and Ella's like, "I'm gonna take care of this evil villain who is now a baby."
You only know these two.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, Mel.
Hello. This is fun.
And there she goes.
She just goes, "This is fun," and left.
Yep.
Checks out. Okay. Any other notes for 5 or the series on the whole?
Yeah, I had another thought. I'm sorry.
That's why we're doing this.
The
Stop talking,
Oh,
Zach.
I know I talk a lot.
These are
Fuck.
cute.
What was it? Oh. It was kind of more of a comment, I guess, on a previous note that I had given, which was the whole thing about like Earth being exceptionally terrible. But then now in this episode, they go to live on Earth, and they're stoked about it. So I wonder if they're. So I feel like if Maddie decides to go the route of adding lines about Earth being terrible, and they are totally on board with Underspace making life better there, then I think there needs to be some sort of a reversal of that thought or a solving of those problems, which could, like you said, Maddie, too, was sort of like brought up with the whole orb thing, you know, of them being like, oh, there is good on Earth or whatever. So I guess it's just a thought of like, if you decide to go the route of like, Earth is terrible and that's the reason why we're all chill with Gelda, then I think there needs to be like a pretty heavy hit on the reversal of that thought, you know, just to make that
Gelda
last
actually
moment.
does take over Earth and fixes everything.
And fixes everything. Yeah, I mean, you know.
Sounds good.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of picturing. Wait, Erin, are you from Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe I need a better example. I was gonna say it's like as if all of
Smash Florida, it's fine.
Fucking
Okay.
trash, baby.
I was like, I'm picturing all of Earth as Florida. So it's
Mhm.
like that quality. And so it's not horrible, but it could be better.
Well, yeah, like
Yes.
there could even be a joke of like Gelda like holding up a newspaper like Earthman does something, you know, like Florida.
Yeah.
Man.
And what if the reason why it's terrible is not that it's like a husk because of environmental collapse, but it's actual terrible things that we hate. So there's no real reason why we could never go back. You know, it's less of like, oh, it's all on fire and volcanoes have melted everything. It's more so just like, gosh, traffic sucks. I don't know. Maybe that takes away some of the, not the tension, the stakes. Maybe that takes away some of the stakes.
Yeah.
So you might not want to do that, but
I don't know. I do kind of think that's funny because it's like you're setting up a joke and then giving a different result where you're like, oh, Earth is horrible. And the audience is going to be like, oh, yeah, because of climate change and politics. And you're like, yeah, because traffic. So it could work too, depending on if the writing's good enough.
Hey, it's crazy.
You could also play off of like each person's like major. So like with Arnold saying like, there's not going to be football here, and like play off of that too and be like, yeah, Earth has football or something like that maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I was going to ask on the first page of this last episode, Gelda says, I can't believe it's already been a month. Do you think it should be longer, shorter? I did a random time increment. How long
I think
is
it
it?
may be longer.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how much longer.
Okay. Let's write down longer. Oh, how'd you guys feel about the whole eating paper bit? Because that was for sure a 10 p.m. writing session. I don't know that it read well.
If I can do it right, then it can come across funny. I don't have that much confidence in myself, but I can do my best.
I thought it was funny, and I think Cassidy's gonna really sell it. To be honest.
We might have to do like 20 takes. So go ahead and get chowing.
I think it's funny because it's like she takes a bite and you're like, what this show is so fucking weird. And then she's like, why didn't they make it edible? And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, she's an alien or whatever. I thought it was funny.
Okay, cool. So that works.
I enjoy
It is good to have a reminder that they're an alien was what I was just
okay.
I enjoy
totally,
aliens having,
totally.
like, not human customs per se.
Mm-hmm.
It was mentioned in an earlier episode, right? Something about human paper. Didn't Kai say something? Am I misremembering that?
I don't think so, but I can put it in.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a callback. Never mind.
It could be.
Maybe.
Arnold, I have on this, Andy, sorry, on page 2, it says that you run up and give a bear hug. Obviously, we can't do that because we won't be in person. But I was just trying to think of like a bro-y, obnoxious way to greet somebody. Is there another way that feels more authentic?
I was thinking about this earlier when you guys were talking about your handshake. You were saying like, well, of course we can't do like a regular one, but I was like, what if we did? You know, what if we kind of figured out a way to make that funny with each other? But I don't know how advanced we are with our filming practices here. So
yeah, because I mean, you could literally just like bombard the camera, and then we have a shot of Gelda like, you know,
and like a chest bump.
Yeah. I think when we nail down exactly how we're gonna film it, maybe the physicality of or the choreography will make a little more sense at that time. Because I mean, it would be funny to do a chest bump and have her then cut to her reacting and falling back or something like that, or you know, like a hand, what's that kind of thing, and having them both do it in different places. But I don't know how much we can have them match up, you know. I don't know.
Yeah. Cool.
Good question. I don't have a good answer.
No, I think that works. Because, I don't know how much of that we can do, but we can definitely do some of it. Because it's a show that obviously doesn't take itself seriously. And it's clear, like, we're going to be filming on blue screen, you know, and there's going to be, it's not CGI. So we don't have to be super serious about everything.
And I don't think most of the jokes are not, you say it doesn't take itself seriously, but there are some pretty serious themes. And I feel like most of the jokes are not just like physical humor about how like, hey, look how dinky this production is. Like, I think so these few jokes peppered in might be the ones that sell it and could be our wink and nod a little bit to the audience. But, you know, it's actually not too heavy handed. So,
okay. That's cool. You all have such cute pondering faces. You're all like, and I'm wondering, I'm like, is that because they're thinking of things to say, or they're just trying to look like you're thinking of things to say?
You're actors, so.
You'll never quite know. Oh, I forgot to get a picture with TK while we were all here for social media purposes. All right. I know we all, like, I feel the lull in energy, but can we all pretend like we have energy for a quick photo? And a 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I forgot to screen share. Shit, sorry, crap. Let me just go on my phone and do like this because I'm forgetting how to do a screen thing right now.
Isn't
Yay!
it Command Shift 3?
Yeah.
Oh, I did Command Option 3.
Command Shift
You
4.
were right.
Or 4. Okay, great.
I got it. I mean, I don't know if y'all were smiling in that one. You guys, I'm smiling and you all look disappointed.
Ah,
I'm used to that dynamic with a lot of you guys, so that's fine. Anywho,
You already got it.
I think we're good. I have a lot to work with here, which is awesome. And if you guys think of things in the middle of the night or other times of day, feel free to send it my way. So kind of my next order of operations, math fun, so you guys are familiar, is I'm going to work on the next 2 or 3 weeks fixing this script.
Riley, stop it.
louder.
Sorry.
We don't want to hear Maddie talk. So I'm going to send you guys an email with, it's going to look like a lot of information, but it's not. Like the next things I need you guys to do, which is 3 things. One is there's a Google form that's basically going to say, yes, I have a blue screen. No, I don't have a blue screen. I'm also giving you guys the option if you want to come to my place and film with me, you can do that, or you can borrow my stuff too, or you can procure it yourself / have it yourself. So you'll see that option on the form of like, yes, I have it. No, I'm using Maddie's. No, I'm using it at Maddie's. And that'll also let me know like your general availability for rehearsals, which will be probably next month because Maggie and I have to go through each scene, figuring out the blue screen elements so we can like make the blocking. Zach and Joe, we talked about on our first meeting with the core cast of like, your blocking is going to be sight lines. So, which Joe doesn't affect you as much, but for you, Zach, of like, you know, you're never going to be like this. It's going to be like, I'm turning here, I'm turning here. We said for Kais, anytime you're talking to Kais, you're looking down because she's really short.
Just like the head.
Yeah. So yeah, you're going to be always in the frame like this. Yeah. And like how Aaron and Andy are right now, like they're always next to each other at that way. So that's how they'll look at the world. Cuties. I love. So yeah, so you'll get that form. And then costumes is the other thing that will be up. If you guys could send me 2 to 3 costume ideas just for your main costume. Don't worry about the montage stuff right now. And just remember, no blue, no blue, no blue. No blue. Costume stuff. And then, okay, yeah, so I'm going to work on the scripts. And then once I have all y'all's info, I'll be able to like come up with rehearsal. And I'm not trying to make this a big time suck. Obviously it'll be like you guys record on your own time when it works in your schedule, but the rehearsals, we will have to like be a collective and make it all work together and stuff. But I'll never make you do 2 weekends in a row kind of thing because you all have lives. So if you're doing a weekend one day, you're doing a weekday the next kind of thing.
Okay. All right.
Anything else?
I have a dumb thought. And I'm just like, this is so dumb. But I wonder if there's a world where the physics of Underspace is different than physics on Earth, and that's why we look like we're in a blue screen reality.
I will talk to Maggie about that for sure.
Just a thought. I don't like it, but it might potentially be fun if you did cool stuff with it.
That could also free us a little bit, because the one thing I worry about is the complexity of eye lines with spoken lines throughout all of the episodes of this and that and this and that. You know, when we're speaking to different people, I just wonder if there is a way to simplify all of this, but I think you guys will probably figure that out as we're moving on forward.
I think what I'm going to do is just, you'll know this character would always be to my right. This character would always be to my left. So it's not going to be intricate blocking. And this is like a note for women. Like if you can middle part your hair, so that way if Maggie needs to flip it in post, so like if you're accidentally looking this way, she can make it look like you're looking that way and it won't mess up continuity. Cassidy, that's going to be harder for you because you have that.
I can't do that.
Cassidy cannot. But, and then Katrina, I know you're going to do like space buns.
Middle part, what are we, Gen Z?
I can spray the buns green, like both of them green. So then
that's cute.
That would be really cute.
Either way.
That's good. So yeah, unfortunately that note won't help you, Cassidy. But for the rest, like anything you can do symmetrically That way you can be a little more liberated. If you can't, then just know you're going to have to be more particular about your sightlines. Definitely. Like I was going to say one other thing. Oh, Andy, I did the SAG paperwork. So
Wonderful.
you're not going to get sued for being in this project. And Xander, I know you're also SAG. This does mean I have a new contract for you all to sign. So you'll be getting that as well. It's the exact same thing, but with a little SAG logo on the top. So that way I don't get sued. Unless you want me to get sued, then don't sign, but please sign.
Thank you. That's very nice of you.
Yeah, of course. Anything else? It's 404, error code. Sorry, I lose it at this time. From like 3 to 5, my brain just goes.
Oh. I'm excited to see, I'm really excited for that intervention episode. That's such a cool concept.
Yeah.
The dream intervention, that's fun. I like that.
I like it because it's 2 cliches within one episode. Dream episode, it's an intervention episode, it's a dream within a dream episode.
Honestly, yeah.
Yes.
I'm so down.
Maybe.
Okay, cool. So that's what I'm up to. You guys are going to get an email from me very shortly.
Right on. Thank you, Maddie.
Thank you guys. You guys bring it to life, and it makes me so happy. So.
That's fun. It's really good.
Yay!
Look forward to having, both on board too. Zachary and Joe.
Yeah, thank you.
Glad to be here.
Happy to be here and be on board.
Yay. Be on board
Cool.
our little spaceship.
Mhm.
All right, see ya.
All right. Have a great rest of your Sunday, y'all.
Bye, all.
Bye, everyone.
See you soon.